That's when I started like an agency, and then it wasn't just YouTube revenue. From 18 to, I guess now I've made like multiple millions, if not 10 million plus a year.
When one arrow of truth comes in, it can crumble an entire village, and that is exactly what is happening right now.
They say that you're pushing underage girls into OnlyFans. Is that?
Girls can't sign a contract.
Jack Doherty is facing the cold walls of a prison cell, and this time, it's not some online rumor or a prank gone wrong. He could be facing 10 years behind bars. Yeah, you heard that right. A full decade. It sounds wild, almost like clickbait, but this time, the story is painfully real. Jack's been under scrutiny before. Remember when Child Protective Services started investigating him under the Child Protection Act? After reports tied his name to questionable activities connected to his so-called agency, that case alone was messy, but now, he's in something far worse. Investigators claim they've uncovered irrefutable evidence, the kind that doesn't just vanish with a few deleted videos or flashy Instagram stories. His name is officially connected to something explosive, a scandal that could destroy everything he's built. So, how exactly did Jack Doherty go from internet fame to possibly serving a 10-year sentence? Let's break this down. Jack's infamous OnlyFans agency, the business he's publicly called his main moneymaker, is now at the center of a full-scale federal investigation. Authorities are digging deep, combing through his bank accounts, tracking every dollar, every transaction, and every person involved in his so-called empire. And the deeper they dig, the uglier it gets. Some of the people involved had no idea what they were really being pulled into, and to make things worse, older allegations, the ones people thought were buried for good, are now being brought back into the spotlight. Jack himself once bragged that running his agency was his biggest source of income, but that same empire might now be the reason he loses his freedom. At one point, CPS investigators reportedly showed up at Jack's own front door. That's how serious this has become. What started as online gossip has turned into something dark and dangerous. Jack has allegedly been using his fame, his wealth, and his platform as tools of manipulation, pulling young women into a system he controlled. Some reports even suggest that underage girls got caught in this mess. Yet, somehow, people are still out there laughing it off, treating it like drama. But this is not entertainment anymore. This is criminal territory. Recently, another video surfaced, showing disturbingly similar behavior, this time with a new victim. Even Jack's former employees are coming forward, revealing how he allegedly built a carefully crafted illusion behind the cars, cash, and parties. They claim he was hiding secrets darker than anyone realized. He built a brand to cover his tracks, and when confronted, Jack just denies it all. In one podcast interview, when a host pressed him for answers, Jack danced around every question, refusing to admit a single thing. He's never admitted guilt, never shown remorse. Every time the walls close in, he says the same words: "I'm innocent." Now, look, I'm not here to judge whether Jack Doherty is guilty or innocent, but let's face it, the pattern is hard to ignore. Guys like Jack, they're eroding trust in online culture, one scandal at a time. He's been openly recruiting women into his agency, flaunting it as a business, calling it his main money machine. And that's exactly why law enforcement is now stepping in, to shut it all down before more lives are ruined. But wait, it gets deeper. In another interview, a host compared his situation to Andrew Tate's arrest for human trafficking and other disturbing charges. When asked if he could face something similar, Jack immediately rejected the idea. He claimed he was nothing like Tate. But here's the twist. Andrew Tate actually blocked Jack Doherty online. Instead of feeling embarrassed, Jack bragged about it, claiming he's better than Tate. Let that sink in. Tate already sits among the most controversial names on the internet, but Jack, he's carving out his own, much darker legacy. While Tate plays the alpha male character, Jack's world seems murkier, more chaotic, more dangerous. For him to even compare himself to Tate is wild, and honestly, disgusting. And now, even his own former friends and employees are speaking out, exposing what really went on behind his so-called agency. They're painting a picture of a reckless, manipulative figure who thought he was untouchable. This is the moment where accountability must finally catch up, because if guys like Jack aren't stopped early, they risk becoming the next big scandal, the next powerful figure who abuses their influence. Jack cannot be allowed to climb that ladder. He has to be stopped before it's too late. No one should sit back and let someone like him keep exploiting people for profit. When society stays silent, it's always the innocent who pay the price. And right now, law enforcement is officially on his case. Reports say that if convicted, Jack could face up to 10 years in prison. Investigators aren't just focusing on underage allegations anymore. They're digging into potential scams, crypto schemes, and financial crimes tied to his name. This isn't about cancel culture. it's about accountability, because people like this don't just hurt individuals, they poison entire communities, creating a culture where exploitation gets rewarded. The law needs to take these crimes seriously, and this time, it looks like it finally is. Jack Doherty's empire is collapsing, and it's happening in real time. Just look around. Creators like Lil Tay, Sophie Rain, and Pot Bobby are earning millions online. And who's been pushing that system from the shadows? People like Jack. He's helped fuel a generation chasing clout and chaos instead of values and purpose, all because it's profitable. And when the walls started closing in, did Jack stop? Of course not. He jumped straight into another scheme, a crypto scheme that looked suspiciously like a scam, designed to squeeze money out of desperate followers. When the backlash hit, he deleted everything like it never happened. That's his pattern. When he's exposed, he runs. But not this time. Now, even his finances are crumbling. Sources say Jack can barely cover basic expenses for himself or his girlfriend, and in a shocking moment, he even admitted publicly that she's only with him for the money, right in front of her mother. The downfall is complete. Jack Doherty, once a millionaire influencer with flashy cars and an ego to match, is now barely holding on to relevance. He's fading from YouTube, from social media, from everything. The empire is gone, the fans are leaving, and the scandals keep piling up. The question now is simple. Can Jack Doherty survive this collapse? Or is it truly the end? Because with law enforcement digging deeper by the day and his empire falling apart piece by piece, the countdown to judgment has already begun. So what do you think? Is Jack's fall deserved? Or is he being framed by his own fame? Let me know your thoughts down below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more breaking celebrity stories. See you in the next one.